What else is gold is if Malik Monk came back to the Sacramento Kings.
So we've teed this now for about an hour. Got a little sidetracked along the way. The report stems from something that doesn't involve Malik Monk at all.
Right.
It involves your boy.
Yeah, man. Paul George.
The report today was, which I'm sure a lot of you saw, the Clippers, quote, are reluctant to give Paul George a max contract.
They're crazy.
And then the follow up to that was, okay, wait a minute. We started this show screaming at each other about Joel Embiid. And you're telling me you think it's crazy that the Clippers are reluctant to give Paul George a max?
Yeah, because you need insurance for Kawhi Leonard, who you already gave a max.
That's fair, but Paul George might not be the insurance for that.
Who is?
Feels like you need insurance for, and that's the problem that the Clippers have put themselves in.
So because of that, I don't know if Paul George
I didn't want to say right out the gate that I agree with you. I just wanted to explain yourself after the earlier conversation. And the follow up to that was Philadelphia, which there you go.
Right.
Philadelphia and
Orlando
are monitoring the situation, which I love. I love. Like the entire league isn't watching what happens with Paul George in LA, but okay, Philly and Orlando are monitoring.
And Orlando, they keep coming up in these conversations, and I know everybody here believes that Malik Monk that's a foregone conclusion that they're going to offer him. Everything that I keep reading, number one, I haven't read anything about Malik Monk. That has been Twitter talk. And when the Kings were in Orlando, Katie said the media members on there were like asking her. And that's it. There ain't been no reports like this right here this is from Ramona Shelburne. There have been no reports saying the Magic are interested in Malik Monk. But I do.
She wrote that? Or you're just saying that you haven't found a report?
No, I haven't found a report.
Right.
She talked about, I don't know if she wrote or what, Paul George in Orlando.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
So I haven't seen anything like that linking Orlando to Malik Monk. Now, I definitely think he's on their radar, but I do think he might be like third, fourth, or fifth on their list. If they have a whiteboard in the front office, I think he's lower on their list than people here like to think.
So, and that creates an interesting situation, I guess, for Malik, because part of this is Malik he's a high school kid again. He has the opportunity for the first time in 4, 5, 6, 7 years, 6, 7 to get recruited. Or longer than that, because he went to college before that. So, he has the first time in a long time, right, to get recruited. And part of this is going to feel wanted. Like, how wanted am I? And leading into free agency, look, you know the number. Everybody knows the number now. I'm sure the offer has been made. Malik, you are our number one priority. This is what we can do. We literally can't do anything else. And we're not trying to negotiate. We'll give you everything that we can give you for as long as we can. Okay. Appreciate it. And then there's Orlando, who, watching this Paul George thing, they really like D'Angelo Russell. They kind of like Klay Thompson. What time is my phone going to ring? When free agency starts, what time is my phone going to ring? And having been through this a couple of times, agents will make note of that. Someone calls at 12:01, I see you. Yeah. Someone calls at 3:30 in the morning, bro, you ain't interested. Right. You just talking.
Right.
Okay. Like, nah, I appreciate you calling.
Hell, somebody calls on July 3rd.
Yeah, ain't no point. Ain't no point in having a conversation. Right. Yeah, ain't no point in having a conversation at that point. I think that's a bigger component than some of us might realize. And I don't think Malik is interested because, like, what would it tell you if ESPN? Well, that could be confusing. If CBS Radio, if that's still a thing.
Yeah, shout out to I don't know, I forgot who's over there.
Okay,
Yeah.
If they say, hey, this report CBS Radio really likes KC. Yeah, they're really monitoring this situation with cattles.
I shouldn't laugh like that. I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry.
They're also, they might be in on Whitey too. And then all of a sudden they're calling you 5 hours after free agency start. What's it mean when a team doesn't want you that bad? Like, what would you think? I'm going to leave a comfortable situation for a team that don't really want me that bad?
Right.
Nah. Right. Like, again, all of this stuff factors in. And the most important thing for Kings fans, I think, and for the Kings, obviously, is I think this will be worked out before free agency starts. Like, I know we pretend that this is all on the up and up. It's not. We know it's not. Monitoring the situation, Orlando and Philadelphia, they're monitoring the situation. That means they're talking to Paul George's agent. Yeah. That's what it means. What's this look like? And that works in the Kings' favor.
And Security Bagley says,
nah, he's dead wrong.
If they offer
dead ass wrong,
they're not gonna. I don't think they're doing that.
If
you're the fourth choice,
yeah. Well, no. If you're the fourth choice and it becomes, well, this is the best we could do. Here's what I'm talking about. Securing the Bagley, you immediately become expendable. I don't think Malik is going to put himself in that situation again. I wonder if D'Angelo Russell's going to put himself in that situation again. We could stick with Orlando. Orlando, am I your first choice, or is Klay Thompson or Malik Monk your first choice? Or is Paul George your first choice? Because if I'm your fourth, I ain't going there.
Right.
Because I'm not going to wind up in a situation that I've been in for the last 3 years where I'm on 3 different teams because I didn't do exactly what you guys wanted to do the first 2 months of the season.
That's what D'Angelo Russell's just in the Lakers with the contract he signed.
Exactly. I don't think he wants to do that again.
Right. And like you're
$100 million or not.
That would be Malik Monk in this situation. Like like maybe it's all good in the first year, but because of the way that process went down, if you're not exceeding expectations, like, oh man, we got to get better. We got this Malik Monk contract that we can put in a package deal to go get so and so. Like, they wouldn't do that.
And I can say this for the Chatty House with love in my heart. Securing the Bagley has no clue what he's talking about. Absolutely none. You think it's as simple as dollars and cents. It's not. Think about Malik's career to this point. I guarantee you, even Malik is absolutely thinking about dollars and cents. And we want to rework this conversation. First choice, $100 million. Then Malik's got some decisions to make. He'll have decisions to make either way. But I think if Klay Thompson, D'Angelo Russell, Paul George, all of I guess we'll have to settle for Malik Monk. I think that changes Malik's thinking a lot. 100, whether it's 90 or 100 or whatever numbers we want to make up as it pertains to Orlando. He does not. I believe he does not want to be in a situation where he becomes expendable in a year and could be on, because now you've got a 4-year contract that could put you on 3 different teams. Where you have a situation here where you could be here for a long time. I'm not going to go so he could retire here. I mean, he certainly could. He could be here for a very long time.
And I'll say it because you won't, because you're humble. But D'Lo, Damian Barley, no disrespect to nobody, he's been in these meetings. He's had these conversations with the people who are signing the contracts. So just that before you do, oh no, you know, nah, bro. Like, he's been in these meetings. He's had these back and forth.
I think we look at it's just a business thing too casually when it comes to trades. It's difficult on these guys. That guys don't want to be traded. And for a player like Malik, who he didn't get his rookie extension in Charlotte, He has a situation where he plays really well in New York. And New York is, I'm sorry, LA. And LA is still like, can't do it. Comes here, earns his money, finds the perfect fit, a great city, great environment. He is loved here, absolutely loved. To go into a situation where you've got a good team that you didn't help build. You're coming in, you're looked at as a piece who can help, but not the piece who will help. Like, he could help. Well, we got the money. Let's do it. I always chuckle about like Amari Stoudemire in New York. Hey, salute Amari Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire was like the 4th choice. They literally struck out everywhere they went in 2010, and they signed Amari. Amari, with all due respect to the Knicks are back, it's the most inconsequential signing in history. And I love Amari Stoudemire. But no, he was their 4th choice. It doesn't work out when you do that.
And I'll throw another component, and you can tell me if this is accurate, if these things happen or not. But let's just say, for instance, Malik, just argument's sake, he is their 4th choice. Like they got the whiteboard. Malik is number 4 on there. And they're going out there. They're like, man, we got money to spend. Let's try and get Paul George. Let's try and get Klay Thompson. Let's try and get player X. And they strike out on all of them. Is it inconceivable to think they get to the 4th one? No shade at Malik or anybody, because we'd give them $100 million here, but they get to that 4th one, like, all right, man, you want to give him $100 million?
Yeah.
This is guy. This is our 4th.
Well,
select. We want to give him 100, or like, do we want to kind of save this money and kind of be ready for,
you don't have to
player
money,
X
though.
is
so
well.
I hear you.
Space,
I hear you, but you don't have to, because Malik is very tradable, and Adam Silver's going to work.
Oh,
so ain't nobody going to be worried about $20 million or $25 million in 2 years. Absolutely no one. And there's there's just a million different components to this, which is why I said, like, all of this, I believe, will be worked out when free agency starts, whatever that date and time is that we get, really excited about, and everyone's, the insiders unload their drafts. If Orlando is pursuing any of the other 3 individuals, you can't pursue them all the same. So let's say, for argument's sake, whatever happens,
not getting $100 million offer,
right? Like if let's just, for the sake of this conversation, because this is where it started, Paul George actually is a free agent, and they want to make a move for Paul George. They have to make a move for Paul George and be rejected first. And then what? Is it Klay? Is it D'Angelo? Or is it Malik? Because then if it's, you have to be rejected again. And while I don't think you're getting rejected at, 3:00 on June 30th, you might not be getting rejected by all 3 of them, because there's a, everyone has a big board, so to speak.
Right.
Someone else might have, the Clippers maybe they don't have Paul George at the top of their list, but in Philadelphia, there's other teams at play with all of this. And if you're Malik in Sacramento, you know exactly where you stand. I'm their priority.
And hell, to be honest with you, just in real life, in real time, you could be looking at a week and a half before they even get to Malik Monk, because they present the offer to Paul George, and Paul George, he may sign it, may agree to something right then and there. He may say, oh man, all right, man, let me get a couple days, man, to think about this. And the offer still got to stand out there. Like, the Magic can't move until they get a yay or nay from Paul George. This may take 2 or 3 days. And then, for argument's sake, once again, you go down the list. He said no. All right, let's put the offer out to Klay. All right.
And I think by that point, by the time you do that, it's over.
That's exactly.
It's over.
Exactly. So the moral of the story is not that Orlando's out and they're not getting Malik Monk. I don't know that. All I'm saying is this is another person in that whole possible scenario
Well,
or big board that the Magic have that could convolute it and make it a little bit easier for Malik to come back to Sacramento?
I think the moral of the story really is this thing is a little more nuanced than 17.5 million with 8% increases versus 20 to 25 million. It's a little more nuanced than that. And maybe if Malik is the 10th choice for Orlando, but that number's 25 million, maybe he doesn't care. And at that price, I couldn't blame him.
Yeah.
I couldn't, but when we're talking, and 25 feels kind of unrealistic as much as I love him.
James says he might get 25. I don't think he gets 25. I hope he does because I like Malik, but
I don't think so. But
I don't think so.
I mean, it would buck the trend that we analyzed painstakingly throughout the season. 20 to 22 isn't unrealistic. 20 to 2, based on what we researched, is really, really on the high end. But I think even in those numbers, 20 to 22, he's got a lot of thinking to do. I think when you get to 25, hell, I can be your 5th choice for 25.
Right.
That's
right.
That's a contract on top of a contract at that point. Like that's a substantial difference than what Sacramento can do for you.